Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
How'd your Halloween night go? Everybody have a great time?
Oh, man.
Oh, it was awesome.
Man, we
man.
partied like it was 1843 or so.
Oh, man.
1843, I'd say.
Wait, what was so
That
special about
It
1843?
was just a party year.
Really?
Ask Jeffy. Right, Jeffy?
It was awesome.
Now you got me looking up big events in 1843.
We had, if I can count them up here.
I was going to say, because new neighborhood.
Yeah, new
houses
neighborhood.
are closer. There's many more houses.
So we had, just carry the one. One trick-or-treater during the course of the night. Wait, let me...
Wow.
Are you sure? Did you
backtrack.
carry?
No, let me just
Okay.
make sure. Bring down two. One. Yeah, we had one trick-or-treater
What kind
on the night.
What's wrong
Boy,
with your
that kid had a
Let me ask
run
you,
of the neighborhood.
Did you move
Yes.
into a retirement community? What's happening?
I'm starting to wonder. I don't know. I mean, it was fine with me. I don't want the dog barking all night long.
That's funny.
Oh,
I got
they
some
do,
sleep
too.
to get into.
They do, yeah.
So, yeah, it was nice. You guys had the normal, like,
Oh, we had
plethora?
Holy cow!
Yeah, we had a whole bunch. In fact, when the kids from the house behind me showed up, I just broke the candy bar in half and told them, this is what you're going to get when Kamala becomes president. Like
Let's
your
go.
dad's stupid
Good.
sign.
Taught a lesson.
Get out of
I
here.
like that. Yeah.
We should all use Halloween night for a lesson for children.
That would be good. See if they
Here's
come
the
back.
harsh reality,
Thank
kids.
you.
I'm giving you nothing because that's what you'll be eating soon. If Kamala Harris is elected,
Go talk to
nothing.
your dad. He's got that stupid sign up in his yard.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm sure the parents appreciate it.
Oh, they love.
Yeah, they love that.
They love that.
They love that.
They love that.
Teach my kids your values while they're at the door trick-or-treating.
Well.
Yeah, that's a favorite for a lot of people.
Especially Fisher's family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, they love that. All right.
Yeah, it was just a normal kind of Halloween my place. But
right.
but I am looking at what happened in 1843.
Yeah.
I tell you. Did
right?
you know that the electric printing telegraph? Because I knew the fax machine
Yeah.
was had a earlier, but I didn't know it was this early. 1843.
That's one of the
was
things we were
first-
all partying about.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah.
Is that what you were celebrating?
Yeah,
Celebrating
that's
the
one of the big
facts.
celebrating
The electric printing
points.
telegraph machine?
Sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a cool
Yeah.
thing to
I mean,
celebrate.
it was a celebration. Nobody
It
believed
was.
that it could actually happen,
Right.
but it did.
And there it was in 1843.
So hold on a second. Why is it that it's not a big bowl of candy that you didn't distribute? to
Should have
any
brought
kids?
it in.
You know, that's a good point. Keith. That's a good point.
Should have brought it in.
Busted.
Yeah. Dang it. I mean, yesterday I brought Kexi
delicious
cookies.
Kexi cookies, the bread?
The pumpkin bread with the chocolate chips.
Oh, that was the
That's not
best.
enough. Now I got to bring Halloween candy for
Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
You have an issue?
I think I do.
It's
I think I do.
always when you're
Should
not here.
see somebody about that. Should see somebody about your issue.
Holy cow. I guess I'm going to have to just redline the old Kexi commercial during the Fat Five today. I'll tell you that.
Red line.
Red line.
Okay.
I did
Well,
give out.
We'll see what happens
I did
then.
give out Kexi cookies.
You did?
Yes.
No, you
Holy
didn't.
cow.
Not for all of them. Easy.
Right.
Well, let me.
Oh,
let me
just the
make
good
sure.
ones?
Just the ones
Oh,
that.
look at how cute. Here's a Kexi cookie.
Like entire?
Yes.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boston Cream took the lead on that one.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Wow.
But it was only 10 cookies. I did not go
10 cookies.
the only
Okay.
10 special kids got 10
Yeah.
cookies.
That's nice. Did you know these kids, or did
No.
you just
I
based on their outfit?
costume. The
Oh.
best costume got a Kexi cookie.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, you're pretty nice.
That's kind of fun, yeah. All right. Hey, who does Missouri play
We're
this
off.
weekend? Oh, you got to buy too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So does BYU.
Yeah.
And Nebraska plays.
I always forget. What was it? Did we say UCLA?
Oh, yeah, UCLA.
UCLA,
Yeah.
yeah,
One of the
California.
California
It's in
schools.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, no, it's in
No,
Lincoln.
it's in Lincoln.
Oh, they should destroy
Yes,
UCLA.
absolutely.
They're not doing well in the Big Ten.
No, they are not.
Neither is USC. Neither is Washington. Whew.
I know.
I wonder if they're rethinking that a bit. They're probably just saying, it's going to be an adjustment
Yep.
period. You're just going to take some time. Okay.
Nebraska's
All right.
certainly not rethinking it.
They should have.
No, you guys are
so
you guys have the
good.
best 5 and Three.
5-3.
5-3 record in America.
They might be the best 5-3
that's
team
what
in
I'm
America.
Okay, well, every year I feel like we have this same conversation. Man, we are so good, but not great. Yeah.
That's sad.
We just need to win one. I just want a bowl game.
One more to get a bowl game. Yeah, because last year, in fact, wait.
We lost our last
like
4.
8 years or something? How long's it been since you went to a bowl game?
2016, Pat. Longest
It's
drought
incredible.
among the Power 5.
Wow.
And that includes, of course, Vanderbilt.
That's incredible. That's a sad
That
statistic.
is a sad stat.
Is it Halloween again?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
The Wicked Witch of the
sad
North
stat.
just joined
So
us.
wait, what is the sad? Okay, what is the more sad Nebraska record? The longest bowl drought of any Power 5 school, or the fact that their basketball team has never won an NCAA tournament game, the only Power 5
That's
school.
Wow. I mean, those are both really bad stats.
They sure are.
Go Big Red!
Wow. You might want to keep those in your inside voice from now on.
And yet they
That's
keep selling
embarrassing.
out the stadium.
Yeah, that says a lot about their fans.
It sure does.
They're really devoted.
Yep.
This is also a great time to be a Cougar fan. BYU Cougars, 8-0. 8-0. Headed for the college football playoff. Headed for the Big 12
We'll see
championship.
how that turns out.
Basketball just had their best recruiting year of all time. Their season starts
don't play the
Tuesday
Recruits
night.
don't play the game.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. They might even have a better recruiting year this year. The men's cross country team, ranked number 2
I
in the
was just
country.
going to ask about them.
And the
Yeah.
women's cross country team, ranked number 1 in the country. Where is the Missouri cross country?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't
I
even
don't know.
That's what kind of fair weather friend you are. What kind of fan you've been
I
to the
almost
Missouri
want to look
Tigers.
it up, but I'm not going to.
That's exactly what I'm going through over here. I'm
You
like,
almost care enough, but
I
not quite.
almost care. No, I'm not going to.
Speaking of sports, though, did you see that Brett Favre endorsed
Yeah, he was out there.
Donald Trump?
Yeah, garbage day.
Sweet. There's a fairly big name.
Yeah, well, he's got
Hall of Fame quarterback.
He has Parkinson's now, so he's.
Oh, wow, that's right. Forgot about that. He didn't seem to be affected
was
by
he
it,
in
though, did he?
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Good.
Was he?
That was the garbage day, right?
Helped the swing state. Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't, I mean, he doesn't live in Wisconsin. He lives, I think, in Mississippi.
I know, but
right? He's
it's
got a
Brett
big farm
Favre.
there. But it's Brett Favre.
It's Brett Favre. Yeah.
There's somebody at least we
Yeah.
can say, hey, Trump got an endorsement from a famous person.
And
A legitimate famous person.
Bosa from the San Francisco
Nick
49ers,
Bosa.
too. I mean, they want to
Yeah.
run him out of San Francisco now. Nick Bosa. They want to run him out of town.
That took some giblets to put on he put on a Trump hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just crashed the interview with Brock Purdy after the game.
It was awesome.
And that also shows, I don't care. Because 90% of the NFL players probably for Kamala.
But San Francisco alone, I mean, they just not.
Yeah.
They're just not able to say it. I'm sure the NFL will fine him. I haven't read whether they fined him yet or not because they're not supposed to do stuff like that. But the San Francisco reports, their websites are all like, he's got to go.
Really?
Does he?
He's got to go.
Does he? Nick
Because
Bosa?
he's a
Okay.
Trump supporter. It's so pathetic.
It sure is.
What happened to your tolerance and your inclusion
we're-
and your diversity?
We're
of thought?
tolerant, we're inclusive, and we want diversity, but just not for you.
But not for Hitler. No, not for Hitler. Wow, that's stunning. Jeez. Of course, they don't even really claim to be tolerant anymore.
No, they do not.
They gave that one
No,
up.
they do not.
But they continue to babble every other lie known to mankind. Yesterday, we showed you how Kamala Harris's campaign completely lied by taking Donald Trump out of context over his comments about women. He apparently he doesn't care what they say about him, and he was talking about protecting women, of course. And he said he didn't care whether they like it or not. He's going to protect them. That's a bad statement now?
Guess so.
All of a sudden, you're trying to protect women. And I think what he's including in that is the women in sports thing so that you don't have men competing against women
dare he.
in sports.
Right.
And, of course, they don't agree with that. So that aspect, Trump has all to himself. But she herself doubled down yesterday. Here's what she said, and then the actual context.
We'll comment on the former president Donald
She's
Trump's
horrible.
I can't stand her.
remark about women and whether they like it or not. And listen, it actually is, I think, very offensive to women in terms of not understanding their agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies. And this is just the latest on a series of reveals by the former president of how he thinks about.
I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them from migrants coming in. I'm going to protect them from foreign countries that want to hit us with missiles and lots of other things.
And lots of other things.
Lots of other things.
Yeah, he's going to protect them from lots of other things, too.
But congratulations to Democrats like Kamala Harris, who now apparently have gotten religion on what a woman is so that they can be offended by that comment.
Right.
Get that out of my face.
I think she's got some biologists on her team.
Is that right?
Doesn't she? So they can determine that now.
I don't know that.
Yeah, it just happened. So now she can figure out what a woman is.
Okay.
I guess. But also, she had this to say at a big rally. I mean, this is all this woman really has right now. The only topic that she is above water on over Trump is abortion.
Oh, of course.
What a category to be.
What a category.
Well, I mean,
hey, I'm going to kill more babies than you.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill as many babies as possible. That's her big thing. Here's what she said at the rally.
Back because ours is a fight for the future. And ours is a fight for freedom.
Is it? Is it?
Like the fundamental freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do.
Isn't it fascinating that that's the only thing they don't want the government to tell you what to do? That is the only thing that they want to exclude the government from.
And that's actually not true because they want to force people to give abortions.
Right. That's exactly right.
That's something else, man.
They want to force you to take the vaccine. They want to force you to drive the kind of car they want you to drive. They want to force you to eat what they want you to eat. They're trying to force you to do absolutely everything. They want to force you to fund programs that you don't want to fund. You've got no choice over. But on this one issue,
I know
the government needs to mind their own business.
If you find yourself in a conversation with an undecided voter or someone who has yet to go and vote for Kamala Harris,
one of those.
Right. But if you find yourself in one of these conversations at the old baseball park this weekend or something, just ask them. Okay, just curious, like, why are you voting for Kamala Harris? And it will be it will be
something
this
like
issue,
this. Freedom, democracy.
And I think the response
Hatred
should
of
be
Trump. I want to be able to kill my babies.
Right. It should be something along the lines of, oh, yes, definitely. I'm with her. Let's kill more babies. Harris 24. Or cheaper groceries, maybe. I mean, literally, that's what you say in response to somebody who's like, I don't know, man. This bodily autonomy for women, I got to get behind Harris on that one.
Should we bring our own sign
You
like
should
that
bring
and pull it out of our pocket
pre-made,
at
of
the
course.
ballpark?
Well, yeah, it's going to obviously.
That goes without saying.
Going to have the creases and folds on it, but still, it'll have impact.
She had more.
Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court
that bastard
to overturn Roe versus
How dare
Wade.
he?
They did.
How dare he do what presidents do?
Right. I don't get that.
Well, how dare
don't
he?
understand
And now
that.
1 in 3 women in America lives in a state with a Trump abortion ban.
No.
Many with no exceptions for rape or incest. You know what? Let me say something about this.
She's being heckled this whole time. Can you hear the person in the background?
Yeah, what is that?
It's completely indiscernible. I don't know what they're saying, but it's pissing her off.
We're here because we're fighting for a democracy.
Whose democracy are you fighting for? Because we don't have one. So, is it Great Britain's democracy you're fighting for? Is it France? Whose democracy are you fighting for?
For a democracy.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
And understand the difference
Understand
here.
it.
Understand the difference here.
Okay, I'll
Moving
try.
forward.
What's the difference?
Moving forward. Understand
Moving
the
forward,
difference
understand.
Here.
Yeah.
What we are looking
Help
at
me.
is a difference in this election. Let's move forward and see where we are. Because on the issue, for example, of
Still
freedom
yelling.
of choice.
Yeah.
The heckler still.
What do they say?
I don't know. I don't know, but this happens to her every
It does. And
rally
every
now.
rally.
You know,
She's getting so
is
tired of it.
pissed.
Please keep it up.
Will
Oh,
someone?
yes.
It's making her unhinged.
Yeah.
Please.
Wait, but she told me that Donald Trump was unhinged.
Yeah, she did tell you that. Yeah, but which one? I mean, compare the two. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
It's fun to watch.
when she loses control like that, and her voice starts wavering. and stuff,
Democracy! Yeah.
Right. Then
Yes.
every divorced man in America hears that and go, oh my gosh, my ex-wife is running for president.
Right, I'm not voting for my ex-wife.
I'm not doing that.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
Yep.
So keep it up.
Keep it up.
Please.
Keep heckling her, man.
I'll bet. I mean, they're probably Palestinian protesters, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
whatever the case may be,
Oh.
keep doing it.
That's the
'cause-
one thing I'll stand with them. Keep heckling.
Yeah. You notice that doesn't happen to Trump at his rallies? It's interesting. It might have happened once.
Yeah, they had the one guy that
once,
carted
maybe?
off, right?
Yeah.
That's the only one I remember.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a little bit off topic a bit here, but speaking of the pro-Hamas protesters, Radiohead is on tour, and that is one area
Radiohead!
they absolutely do not tolerate.
That's amazing.
These pro-Palestinian. I don't know. You're going to play just real quick. Let's just play that real quick.
Yeah, since we're on the topic.
Yeah, because Johnny Greenwood is the lead guitarist for Radiohead, and he's married to an Israeli woman. And the band will absolutely not tolerate
wonder.
this kind of crap.
No wonder.
And so Tom York just stopped the show, clip 19, till this. He's like, come on, you want to come down here? Talk your plank? Say what you want to say.
Don't stand there like a coward. Come here and say it.
I like that. Good.
So he just stops the show until the guy gets taken out, and then they continue.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want to on everybody's night?
Want to ruin everybody's.
Yeah, they don't care. They really don't care.
Nope.
And that is one
Okay, you
area.
too. See you later.
And he's really, I'm sure he's progressive, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, big time progressive.
But boy, that is one area Radiohead will not tolerate that leftist drivel.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to take over every event now.
Yeah.
And it's despicable. Plus their cause, is just plain evil. They just want the destruction of Israel. And
That's it.
that's what they continue to scream about. So that's great. That's a great way to handle them. Turn the crowd against them because it's going to ruin everybody's night. This is not, you're not accomplishing anything and you're just wrecking it for people who paid probably in a lot of cases $400 a ticket to be there. So, yeah, that's not a happy thing for most of the people gathered there. Even others who might be inclined to support what you're saying, they don't want you saying it there. Just stop.
Jerry Seinfeld did the same thing.
Oh,
when
right.
got
Yes, he did.
heckled.
Seinfeld?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
the
Seinfeld did
exact
it a
same
couple of
thing.
times.
Yep.
And he's Jewish, so that makes sense. Have you ever checked the title of your home? Most of us probably haven't. If you're like me, you probably just haven't even thought about that. But that's exactly what scammers are counting on. In today's world, you need to take personal responsibility for protecting your biggest asset, your home. The FBI calls it house stealing, and it's a fast-growing crime. Here's how it happens. A criminal just fills out a one-page document. I think it's called a quit deed document. Cost in Florida, a person just did this, and it cost him $1 to steal the house. $1. And the owner, unfortunately, didn't even know it. They just forged the owner's signature. They stamp it with a phony notary seal and file it with the county, and just like that, your home isn't legally yours anymore.
It's incredible.
You just can't believe this can really go on in the United States of America. But it does, and it happens quite a bit, way more often than you think. So then you don't even find out about it until you start getting the bills for the home equity loan they've taken out against your home. Sometimes they'll just sell the home out from under you. It's not funny, but
No, it's not.
It's a problem, and you don't want it to happen to you. That's where Home Title Lock comes in. They have triple lock protection. They monitor your title 24/7. They alert you to any changes. And if you're a victim, they work with you to restore your title with no out-of-pocket cost to you. So don't wait until it's too late. Go to HomeTitleLock.com. Use the promo code UNLEASHED for a free 30-day trial and free title history report just to make sure your home hasn't already been compromised. HomeTitleLock.com, and the promo code is UNLEASHED.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah. Okay, so Mark Cuban, who for whatever reason, didn't he used to be a Trump supporter? I think in 2016 he was.
Really?
Wasn't he?
Maybe.
There was a time anyway when they were, I don't know if they were friends, but I think he supported him. But wow, has that ever changed? I mean, he's just radically stupid right now. And here's what he had to say about Donald Trump and the people he surrounds himself with.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women. Ever.
What?
It's just that simple.
Whoa, it's just that simple.
And he says it on The View. How ironic is that?
How ironic.
Yeah.
And that was okay with the View witches in the coven?
Oh,
was that all right with
it
them?
was.
Yeah. They don't have a problem with that.
And you're right, Pat. He did support Donald Trump in 2016.
I see that.
Thought so. Yeah.
Initially, yeah.
Jeez.
He's apologized, though.
For that?
Yeah.
Cuban did?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah. He said, look, when I said this during the interview, I didn't get it out exactly the way I thought I did.
What?
So,
how do you get that out in a good way, in a pleasing way?
He apologizes to anyone who felt slighted or upset.
Yeah, only after the
response.
firestorm that rained down on him from all quarters. I mean, here's the New York Post headline that says, "Say it to their faces," and it's all the powerful women that are around Trump.
So
as I said, it wasn't about Trump voters, supporters, or employees, current or former. Okay.
I loved Trump's response to this. Was this on Truth Social?
No, this is on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
I think everywhere, probably.
Okay. He said, this is from Trump. Mark Cuban, a really dumb guy who thinks he's hot stuff, but he's absolutely nothing, is now out there saying that I don't surround myself with strong women. Actually, he is very wrong. I surround myself with the strongest of women, with the understanding that all women are great, whether strong or not strong.
This guy's such a fool.
Guy is such a fool. He's constantly on television being critical. And only for the reason that I tuned him out completely while president because he called incessantly.
Oh, no.
I bet it was one of those. He was in my office begging like a dog.
Begging like a dog.
Begging like a dog.
Every day.
I've never seen anything like it.
Every day I get a message. It's Mark Cuban on the phone.
Begging like a dog. I told him very pointedly, look, Mark, I've got a lot of things to do. I just can't be taking so many pointless calls from you. I hope that really happened.
Me too.
In any event, that affected him greatly because he's a very insecure guy.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that. And a major loser. Always has been and always will be. Nobody likes him. Nobody respects him. And he's unattractive. Both inside and out.
Holy crap.
He should go back to talk about the person he was forced to support because I didn't want it. Lion Kamala Harris. Also, he's got no clubhead speed.
Oh, wow.
So he attacked his golf game.
Wow.
Okay, now that's below the belt.
That's ugly.
That's too far. I may, in fact, be surrounded by the strongest women in the world, including heads of countries who make Mark look like a baby. All strong women and women in general should be very angry about this weak man's statement.
Wow, nice.
That's
I like
great. I mean, he
That's
just
awesome.
Tore him.
I mean, he's still involved in the sexual harassment case when he was the owner of the Mavs.
Is that still going on?
Is still
so
ongoing.
That's how he treats women. It's kind of
because if I remember right, he fired his general manager or right-hand do boy because the do boy complained about a sexual harassment going on inside the offices of the Mavs, and he wanted him to not do that.
Okay.
And so, I mean, that case is still ongoing, I believe, and that was a couple years ago.
Did he sell the Mavs?
Or so. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
He's like the managing partner or something of the actual day-to-day team, but he's not.
You remember how much he got for that?
He's not the owner. I don't. I don't. He's not the owner. Everyone assumed that's because he was going to, run for governor, and i.e., really what it was, he's going to want gambling here in Texas because they want to build this big gambling hub.
He got $4 billion for them.
$4 billion
last November.
Nice.
But they want gambling in Texas. They're going to be after that because the company he sold it to is a Vegas guy. The company he sold it to is a Vegas company. She's I think it's a female that's the head of the company.
Yeah.
I hate the gambling thing.
Miriam Adelson.
It makes everything like a ghetto. It's in Montana they legalize gambling, so there's casinos everywhere now. They're just everywhere
on the main streets.
And I think they can do everything but slot machines or something. I don't know. There's some specialty thing that they did. But it turned all the bars into casinos, and it's just run down now. Every town in Montana has been made worse because of gambling there. It's not good. It's not good. I mean, if you enjoy the FanDuel stuff or whatever, that's a different deal. But when there's casinos on every corner, I don't think that's helpful to your community. But good for him for trying to ruin Texas.
Why do you hate Indians?
Great. I didn't say anything about Indians.
Oh my gosh!
At least they do the casino right out there on their own special land, and they build these palaces
that we gave them. I mean, what more do they want?
What more do you want?
We're 45 minutes from the largest casino in the world.
That's for sure. That's for
not
sure.
in Texas.
And it's not in Texas.
That's what, an hour from here, in Oklahoma.
45 minutes.
That thing's. I've never been inside, but I've driven by it. That's an impressive place.
Yes, it is.
I bet that's really fun inside.
I've never been in there either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
It looks cool, though, right?
A casino.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I know it's fun.
So anyway, women started responding. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem had something to say.
Mark Cuban just said that he's never seen President Donald Trump around strong and intelligent women.
Jeffy.
Well, game on, buddy. I'll take you on any day in a debate or maybe even arm wrestling.
I mean, she'd take you out to the gravel pit. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen from her.
That's puppy killer Noem.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't even mess with her, man.
Wow, I forgot about the puppy pit.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I thought you were about to say you forgot about Kristi Noem.
Almost did.
Yeah. I know.
She had to go away after the gravel pit. Man.
And that's why she did go away for a while. Yeah, because she was everywhere. Remember those South Dakota commercials that were playing?
Oh yeah.
They must have said, "Okay, just take those off."
And she was on Fox all the time.
Yeah,
that went away. All of it.
Yeah,
man.
That's smart though. Okay, while the puppy controversy is going on, how about I just don't show up anywhere? That was a good idea.
I mean, she's still governor, so
yeah. Well, what are you going to do? She's got a term to fulfill. Let's go back to Kamala Harris, who yesterday explained the difference between her and Donald Trump.
I do believe that this is a choice about two very different directions for our country.
That's a fact.
I think we all agree on
and
that.
The choice being offered by Donald Trump is about going backward, about a constant emphasis on degrading the American people and our capacity versus a track that is about bringing the country together.
You don't degrade anyone.
God. Remember,
jeez,
your choice is clear. We can kill more babies,
right?
Or your groceries can be cheaper. Vote accordingly.
Wow. Just
babies
terrible.
Or groceries? Babies, groceries.
I mean,
you want to kill babies?
Why do you have to give me that hard of a choice?
Basically a coin toss for you, right?
Can I eat the babies?
Okay.
Well, if you're Joe Biden, the answer is yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
This guy.
He's just playing with the kids. He's just playing with the kids.
Yeah, that's gotten him in trouble before.
Yeah, which he said he was going to stop doing.
Yes, he did.
But he's incapable.
Which is not a that was so long ago. He doesn't even remember saying that.
No, he doesn't. Of course, he doesn't remember what he said 3 minutes ago. So, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed. We'll do a little Fat Five situation with Jeffy coming up.
Go, you know the thing. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Pardon my sanity tweets. When it comes to women, the only thing they care about on the left is that they have an abortion. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That is weird. It is their biggest issue, it seems, right? Even for the men who
who support, I mean, especially the Hollywood dingleberries.
Yep.
I mean, that's all they care about.
Yep.
All they care about.
It is.
They want their daughters, they want their wives, they want their girlfriends, they want their actress pals to be able to kill their babies.
Yeah, what was it Beyonce said about being a mom and that's why she favors abortion or something? It just made absolute zero sense.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, I'm a mom, so that's why I support Kamala Harris because your children can get abortions, or
that's weird.
You should have aborted them, or what is that? You want the right for your children to be able to abort your grandchildren? I mean, what part of being a mom is tied in to your love for abortion? That's just so weird.
It sure is.
So weird.
How they justify it, I don't.
I don't either. I don't know. The Pickled Squirrel tweets, wait, how can you fight for the future if you kill it off? Asking for a friend. Where's my pudding? Which list is Mark's name on? Epstein's or Diddy's?
Yep.
Well, probably both.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Mark, no way.
both.
Cuban wishes he went to those parties. They weren't allowing him there.
Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures. Did the casinos come before or after the pawn shops? Yeah, I think they both contribute to each other, actually.
First.
Wouldn't be called dead in a pawn shop either, Jeff Fisher.
And speaking of Jeff Fisher, here he is.
You'd be besmirching pawn shops. That's people are out there trying to earn a living.
I hear you. I know. It was a throwback, callback to the last second.
Okay, go ahead.
And here's Jeffy with the Fat Five.
All right. Here we go. The first H5N1 bird flu has been detected in a pig in the United States for the first time.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He's close to you.
Not him, though. This
Are you
one's
sure?
okay. Yeah, this one's okay. Cool. Pigs are considered the mixing vessel for flu viruses because they can harbor bird and human flu viruses at the same time, which increased the threat for a new hybrid strain that can more easily infect people. But according to the U.S. officials, the risk now to the public remains low. So
crap. Now I'm
fine.
panicking, actually.
Many health professionals have said that pigs were the source of the 2009 H1N1 flu pandemic. Wait, what? The U.S. officials have said that they sequenced the genome of the virus found in poultry on the farm in Oregon. That's where they found this pig, and did not identify any changes to the virus that indicate it's more transmissible to humans. So how'd you like to be on this farm, though? Because the livestock shared water sources, housing, and equipment with infected poultry on the farm. It's a non-commercial operation, so they believe there's no threat to U.S. pork supply. But the site is quarantined. The pigs have been culled. The other animals, including sheep and goats, remain under surveillance.
Crap.
I mean, they've shut this guy's farm down.
Crap, man.
Amazing. But remember, the risk to the public is low.
But the tension is high among the animals on that farm.
You aren't kidding, man. So we've seen Elon's Optimus robots, but Boston Dynamics has now introduced the world to Atlas, whose head kind of looks like a Pixar lamp. You can just run the video while I talk a little. Atlas is meant for... no, not this one. Just run the video. This is where they had released this, saying this is not a person dressed as a robot. Okay, this is just this is their original video of Atlas. But they released the video of Atlas working, this one right here. It's completely autonomous. Real-world applications. They demonstrate how it can function entirely when left to its own devices after being presented merely with the list of bin locations. All-electric model is departure from the previous versions that operated using hydraulics.
So it's doing all this on its own?
Yes, they do. They've just programmed it to do this task.
Oh, my gosh.
That's amazing.
That could make Kexy
really
cookies.
Cool. Right?
Seriously, turn that loose in a kitchen.
A lot of experts say that it's going to be a decade before the robots are going to be released and functioning in society. I need mine. I need my Doobot before then.
Your Doobot?
I need my Doobot before that. My Dewey.
Dewey?
Dewey is my Doobot. Yeah, I need him in my house now.
So you want to be a beta tester for Dewey.
Fine. Bring him in. I want Dewey. I want Dewey doing things in my house, and I don't want to have to keep telling it what to do. I'll program it to.
Looks pretty nimble too.
Yeah,
I mean, it'll do things that are.
I know.
I better be more dependable than humans on some tasks, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you. I know they did. One headline talked about the humiliation of the robot.
What?
Yeah, they dressed it as a hot dog in a hot dog suit for Halloween. And can you humiliate?
You're a robot.
Can you humiliate robots?
You're a robot.
About that.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
That's coming, though.
We're going to have laws on
You
that.
are lying.
Yep.
That is coming
Yep.
for sure.
We courts, yep.
AI taking more jobs. One of them is a job I always wanted, which is a tennis match line judge. Out! Fault! Always wanted to be a tennis line judge, man. Wimbledon, the world's oldest and most prestigious tennis tournament, has bent the knee, saying a goodbye to its human line judges for an impressive 147-year run. So come next year, 2025, the grass courts of the All England Club will no longer have out, fault,
what?
from the sharp-eyed human officials. They announced to fully embrace the electronic line calling, ELC, all qualifying and main draw matches. Now, they're doing it at the Australian Open and the U.S. Open, but they claim that it brings unprecedented accuracy to line calls. I've heard some tennis
Mixed
pros say that that's not true, but
I mean, that's the only reason I watched tennis as a kid, so I would wait for the John McEnroe explosion.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because he's one of the ones that are against the electronic line calling.
Awesome.
But they do still use recorded voices. The system Hawkeye Live, and I think that's a system that they're using at Wimbledon too. The ELC Hawkeye Live. They use recorded voices for the call, so I still have a shot. I mean, I could. I left a message at the U.S. Open saying,
"Oh, good,
out, fault," and so So that's Jeff Fisher. We'll see how long they use that, though.
Yeah,
that won't be too much longer. Today's Chewing the Fat segment brought to you. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to redline that. Kexi Cookies.
It's too bad because today's the big day where we drop the Boston cream pie
I should do
cookie.
a commercial for them then.
So delicious.
Delicious Boston cream cookie.
So today, the Boston cream pie drops as well as the sweet potato cookie that's got the marshmallows in it, the caramel on top. It's so good.
The pumpkin bread.
And the chocolate chip pumpkin bread.
Yes.
All of that drops today at Keksi.com, Keksi, Keksi.com.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, too bad you're not doing the commercial.
Yeah, no, I wish I was.
Yeah.
So your girl, Taylor Swift, is back on tour, milking more money out of her Eras tour. She has a coffee table book coming out on Black Friday, self-published. Another fortune will be made with that. The regular publishers are a little unhappy with Taylor for not using them. Tough. Anyway, her tour kicked off in Miami, and someone flew a banner over Hard Rock Stadium that read Trump 2024, ready for it, cat lady, MAGA.
No.
Wow.
No word on whether she saw it or not, but it's funny. And I don't know if it's going to happen at any other concerts because most of them are indoor concerts anyway. They're not open roofs. Many, and there's a lot in Canada, but it'd be fun. I'm glad. I hope she saw it. Please subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcast, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Since the World Series is over, Dodgers won, by the way. Parade in downtown L.A. Today should be fun.
Yeah.
Should be real fun in L.A.
When Fernando Valenzuela
They're already breaking into stores in L.A. There'll be more broken into today for the big parade. But Shohei Ohtani's 50th home run ball, because he had 50 home runs and stole 50 bases this year. I think he ended up with 54 or something for the season. But they just sold the Shohei Ohtani's 50th home run baseball at auction.
Oh,
how much would you pay? How much would you pay?
I wouldn't pay anything for
the Ohtani's 50th home run baseball, Pat.
Zero.
Can I get you? You're not getting it.
No,
you're not getting it then.
No, that's all right.
Well, if
I'll somehow make it through
if you
life
had somebody else's money. If you had somebody else's money.
$1.50.
See, yeah, no, you're gonna have to go up with that. Yeah.
Dang it!
Sold to the man in the back for $4,392,000
for a currently
$4.392 million.
Wow!
But don't forget the buyer's premium. Anyway, it's a record. I mean, McGuire's record-breaking 70th went for $3 million.
Wow!
$99.
Wow!
So, but the ball, they don't even know who the money goes to yet. because they're still in court over who caught the ball.
Oh, wow.
The one guy claims that he caught it, and the other guy claimed that you took it out of my glove that I had down on the ground.
Oh, it was a Mookie bet?
And they're still fighting over the court. And the judge finally said, okay, well, you can proceed with the auction. You can sell it, but we'll litigate the rest of it later and see who caught the ball.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
still good. I know. Now, you think to yourself, well, why didn't the Dodgers just say, hey, we'll give you some money? They did. They offered $300,000 to the one guy. And
smart of him not to take it.
No.
Yeah, obviously.
No. And our boy Tom Brady in trouble. We'll see how this coming weekend fares. But some of his
he used a word that apparently you cannot speak anymore.
During the Bills and Seahawks game last week. He said that Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes he played like a spaz.
Oh yeah.
Like a grade schooler on a sugar high. He's now controlled the chaos. He's like a storm coming into town, and you don't want that storm coming into this town. That's a great promo for Josh Allen, but
yeah,
you can't say that he played like a spaz.
No, you can't.
The term spaz is a shortened form of the word spastic, which means clumsy, stupid, or losing physical or emotional control.
Mm-hmm.
It's used in some circumstances to describe medical conditions, and it's often seen as offensive to some, and and is considered to be an ableist slur.
That's garbage.
Used for
Shut
jokes
up.
and metaphors
Get
to
out of here.
dehumanize those with disabilities.
Okay.
Shut up. That's what I want Tom
It's
Brady
never
to say.
directed at handicapped people.
Never.
Right.
It's never.
Never.
You call that your friends who stumbles over his own feet or something. What are you? When you were a little kid.
He's spazzing out.
50 years
He's
ago.
spazzing out.
Yes. But nobody uses that term anymore. I'm kind of surprised Brady brought it out. But give us a break on this stuff, would you please?
As far as I know,
Come on.
As far as I know, he has not responded yet. We'll see if he bends the knee to it.
Of course he will.
Maybe he should just say, just move on. I hope I'll be happy with no comment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'll be happy that if we just move on. He did do a post with a sunset photo on Instagram that said, "Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love?" Lyrics from Landslide, and then he added the audio from the song, further fueling the intrigue. This was after all of this intrigue, but the audio was, "Can I sail through the changing ocean tides?" That's because Giselle announced she's pregnant from the new boyfriend.
Oh yeah, the personal
gym trainer. Yeah, her jiu-jitsu trainer.
Been working out.
Congratulations to Giselle for ready.
Very excited for her.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
This presidential election is about so much more than just politics. It's about securing our borders, protecting our communities, and ensuring that when disasters strike, we have a government that actually, shows up for people. So first and foremost, on Election Day, you obviously want to get out and vote. But secondly, you want to become a member of Blaze TV so that you can watch many of your favorite Blaze TV hosts as they cover the 2024 presidential election. I mean, this is such a critical juncture that we find ourselves, and you want to follow all the action here. Not on Fox, not on MSNBC, not NBC, none of the networks or cables. You got to go with the Blaze coverage.
Hello.
You know you're going to love it. You know you're going to. All you have to do is subscribe, and you can experience this pivotal night with us. At Blaze TV, we speak the truth. I think you know that by now.
Is there a way that I can get a discount on my subscribership?
There is a way. You go to blazetv.com, and you use the promo code.
I think
it's blazeelection.com /Pat. Blazeelection.com/Pat. And I don't think you even have to put in, when you go there, you don't have to put in a promo code. Right?
Exactly.
So go to blazeelection.com /Pat. That will get you the $40 off.
Awesome. Love
that. Pat Gray Unleashed is back.
One more thing. I found my first Tom Brady in the comments when it was announced that Giselle was pregnant. A couple of posts underneath his Instagram post where someone check on Tom Brady. And my favorite one was, Brady just fell to his knees in the plastic surgery office.
No.
Very funny.
Is that a big thing that he's gone through? I don't think he's had surgery already. Do you?
Do you live in America?
I do, yeah. And I was just looking at him. He looks fine.
I know he does, and that's why. He works out.
He's only 43, 44.
Right,
come on.
Yeah.
The guy, he doesn't need plastic surgery.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Absolutely.
That's a perfectly natural face.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Sure.
Get out of here. You don't
Absolutely.
believe? Show me where he's
just a little
plastic.
Tightening up a little bit, taking a couple of shots on the getting a little Botox in there, tightening
He's
up.
got the crow's feet around his eyes.
Yeah, I know.
He looks completely natural.
Know.
Completely natural.
I know. He's had some good work. He's got a ways to go before clown face.
Okay.
No, I hadn't noticed either.
No, I haven't noticed at all. I don't believe
Look at the older pictures of Tom.
I have
up to today.
Gosh, how much time do you spend looking at pictures of Tom Brady, bro?
Don't worry about how many times, how long I'm looking at Tom. Okay.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy, but I'm not sitting there analyzing his pictures.
Me neither.
Weirdo.
So perhaps that's why we haven't noticed.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Thank you. Thank you. One more sports story. I see where Disney and ESPN Plus for the December 9th NFL game, you're going to have the Monday night game. You're going to have the Manning brothers, and you're going to have the new animated Springfield Simpsons themed football game on ESPN Plus. So you'll have all three to be able to watch on the 9th of December. And they're trying, Disney trying to move everybody together. Monday Night Football, ESPN with the Mannings, and watch the Simpsons broadcast too as they play football in Springfield. That might be fun.
It might be fun. And then again, might not be.
I like the Thanksgiving the Thanksgiving game where we have the kid the
Toy Story.
No, I watched the Toy Story one, but Thanksgiving they have the
goo and the slime and all the Nickelodeon.
The Nickelodeon game, which is fun.
Yeah. We've got.
I can't take the people announcing; they usually drive me insane. But I like the all the spoo all over everything.
The goo.
Yeah.
The green slime,
or spoo.
Right?
Wait, what did you call it?
Spoo.
Okay.
We have a commercial, right?
Call it whatever you
real
want.
soon?
I don't care. I got to look at a Tom Brady photo. Hold on.
Okay. I don't know that helped anything.
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Joe Brandon, I agree.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
So what are we, 3 days away from the election? 4. It's 4 days, including today. 4 days till Election Day.
And today's the last day of early voting, right, in Texas, anyway.
Yeah.
In Texas,
probably most places.
Mm-hmm. So, heaven forbid you have to vote on Election Day.
I know.
That would be awful. But I think all of us
I'm a fan.
have voted
I'm a
already.
fan of early voting. Yeah, I
was going to say, did Jeffy finally?
Yeah, I made it in Wednesday night.
Okay.
I went in just before closing, no waiting, in and out.
Oh,
It was
that's
great.
smart.
It was awesome.
Nice. So, it closes at 7?
7. Yeah, I walked in about 6:40, and I said, you know what, I'm going in. And parking space opened up, walked in, no line, right up to the front, get your stuff, stuff, and go and vote. And like you, I could not push that button
hard enough. I know. I almost punched a hole in the computer trying to vote for Trump.
I did it a couple of times just to see if it would count.
You want to underline it and put an exclamation point and then sing about it to everybody who's there.
Well, let's play clip 18. Hopefully your guys' experience wasn't the way in Kentucky, as this one voter shows us. Trying to vote for Trump, trying to vote for Trump, trying to vote for Trump.
Do we know if this is true?
Trump. What do you mean it's true? Look at it.
Okay.
If you doubt it,
come on.
I do.
Then go and look.
That's when you call.
Whoa, wait! It can vote for Harris. Wait.
No.
I'm just telling you. Go look at your Tom Brady pictures. What are you doing?
Is that real?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
It looks real to me.
It looks real, sure. But again,
you're saying
you
there's
can't always
something-
believe your eyes.
No,
What?
I wasn't allowed to have my phone out.
I mean, that's bad if that's accurate. Holy cow.
Let's see what Siri is doing. Now, this is
I
definitely
almost
real.
took my phone out to take a picture.
Hold on a second.
And I didn't want to get shot dead.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. Clip 17, you got to see what Apple, they're not trying to interfere with the election at all. I'm sure, but I had family members who have iPhones who did this last night and had the same result as this lady.
So apparently, if you ask Siri when the next general election is, it comes up with a photo of Kamala. So we're going to try it out. Hey,
What?
Siri.
No.
Uh-huh. When is the next general election?
It will happen Tuesday.
And there's a picture of Kamala.
Okay.
See that?
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
take
testing
the-
I think they fixed it, though.
right now.
They fixed it.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yes, they fixed it. You can go ahead and put that screen 5.
So
full
this is
screen
what Chris
5.
did when he tried it. Got the still shot of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
screen 5.
So you
full
have
screen.
it. Let's see it.
Yeah, full screen 5. Yeah.
nice background, by the way. So they changed it to just
So I was confused because I have my Siri is no longer Siri. My Siri is ChatGPT. So I was like, okay, well, this one is different. So I went to my wife's phone, and it was the election picture.
So
with
the election picture,
Yeah, so they fixed it. And that was like maybe like a minute after Keith sent me that video.
So I'm sure it was just
really?
an oversight
because
by Apple.
at
Just an
that same
oversight.
time is when I had the iPhone users in my house doing that, and it was just like hers.
It was?
So try
It
yours.
did happen to yours?
Yeah, so try yours.
Just
Yeah.
ask her, when is the...
Siri, when is the next general election?
Election day is on Tuesday, November 5th.
Okay. She's got a picture come
Picture
up?
on the
No
top
picture.
left.
No picture.
No picture.
Not even a little flaggy flag or
No.
anything?
Oh.
No.
Interesting.
No.
All right, what model is that iPhone?
I don't know.
2. That's the iPhone 2.
Oh,
Does
I
the
think-
pictures come up
I
on
think it's
it?
an iPhone 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only reason I updated the iPhone 5 I
It's for
used
the
to have
Libre.
was for the Libre system, so that I could monitor my diabetes.
Now that's funny. Hey, I don't know what this means necessarily, but we have 613,000 Georgia voters who did not participate in the 2020 election who have already voted early. That's according to analysis from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So again, these could be fake votes. You know, who knows?
Right.
But or it could
Well, they're
be
saying what, over 60 million might have already voted.
nationwide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge number.
It sure is.
Before the election is even, it's not even election day. We're
Right.
3 days, 4 days away from it, and 60 million votes already. Incredible.
And how
sure
many
is.
It's incredible.
how many illegal aliens have entered the country
Yeah,
in the last 4 years?
We don't know. 2.
60 million.
2.
I don't know.
It's just a
Kamala
couple.
Harris has done such a great job on the border. That
That's a
you.
good border.
has
guard.
there been any illegals that have sneaked across? I don't know.
Have you personally seen any crossing the border illegally?
No.
Okay. Well then.
Well, yes, but,
You have?
but I wasn't physically at the border.
So
I
you-
just saw, video clips of it, and that could have been fake.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
Could be fake news.
Could be paid actors. Hey,
Right?
go over
Yes.
there and walk this way.
Yeah.
That's the defense that I'm using for my Kentucky ballot video then. I saw it on video, so it's true.
So it must
Heard
be
it
true.
on the news.
Heard it on the news.
That's it.
It's ridiculous, man.
That's it.
Yeah, so I
man.
guess, we'll find out. What we're about
We'll find out.
100 and, don't check my math, 10 hours from polls starting to close?
Take your word for it.
And we still have Joe Biden as president of the United States of America.
Yeah, and he's awesome, isn't he?
He is.
Apparently, Mexico is holding back a huge wave of illegals right now.
Yep.
Until right after the election.
Isn't that
So,
something?
Yeah. So if Trump is elected, they're going to release these so they can get across now before Inauguration Day.
Well, that, and it also looks good, right? Because they haven't been in
Yes.
the news for the last couple of months.
That's right. That's right. So apparently, somebody went down to the border, said a tip led me 40 kilometers north. Okay, there's something that really drives me out of my mind. Nobody knows what that means. This is America. Speak in miles.
That's for sure.
I hate it.
For sure.
I watch a lot of space videos, as you can perhaps guess. And they always
Yes, they
use
do.
kilometers.
Always.
What is that?
It's 440 million kilometers in light years away from. That could be 4 feet, or it could be 7 trillion miles. I don't know how far that is.
4 feet.
It could be.
Could be 4 feet. I don't know. There's no way to tell. Please speak
And
American.
that's not the point.
That's not the point. This is America, and we go in miles here.
Thank you.
Damn it. Anyway, a tip led this person 40 kilometers north of this down at heel border city. I don't know what that means either, really. Down at heel? You ever heard that expression before? I've never heard that phrase.
Heel border community.
Yeah. Down at heel
What
border
country was this article written in?
I don't know. I thought America, but it can't be. So we went by rental car until I spotted the unmistakable sight. A 1,000-strong caravan of migrants marching by foot along Mexico Highway 200 for hundreds of yards. Men, women, children, and babies bobbed and weaved together in an elongated, colorful human pack. I spent the day walking among and interviewing them, the only reporter there. Just the week before, a 2,000-strong migrant caravan from Tapachula did catch some fleeting American media attention, and next came a massive third one marching out of Tapachula, which became a full-scale U.S. news story as the American presidential election draws near, blah, blah, blah. But his point is, caravan after caravan are showing up, and they're being held back right now so that we don't have the news story about thousands, tens of thousands crossing the border to get in before the election. So the border
czar is actually doing something.
Yes, that's right. Scaring the hell out of people. And they know. The thing is,
yes,
the illegals know this is the time to get across the border, because when Trump gets in,
it's over, baby.
It's over. The gravy train's over. Now, you might still be able to sneak across from time to time, but it's not going to be this all come for you thing that we're subjected to right now.
And good.
And yes.
Good.
Yes, we got a country to save here. And while Kamala Harris doesn't have time to visit Joe Rogan for the most popular podcast, Donald Trump and J.D. Vance apparently do have time to do that.
This was really good, too.
Vance was on yesterday, and he discussed how he was almost announced as Trump's vice president in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Basically said, well, I think I'm probably going to pick you, but I don't know, and I'm not ready to make a decision. And then he looks at one of his staff members who's in the room. He's like, actually, wouldn't it really set the world ablaze if we just made the decision today? And so why don't you come up with me, and we'll just do the announcement in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Well,
and I said, and of course not knowing at the time what was going to happen, I was like, absolutely, let's get this over with, because I'm sick of not knowing. Let's just get this thing over with. And then he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it up there. We need to prepare for it better. So look, I'm not saying it's going to be you, but I'm thinking very seriously about it. Have fun. We'll see after Butler, PA. And then of course I go back home to Ohio.
Oh boy.
He gets shot. You know, the initial reaction is I actually thought they had killed him, because when you first see the video, he grabs his ear and then he goes down. And I'm like, oh my God, they just killed him. And I was first I was so pissed, but then I go into like fight or flight mode with my kids. I'm like, all right, kids,
right.
We were at a mini golf place in Cincinnati, Ohio. I grab my kids up, throw them in the car, go home and load all my guns, and basically stand like a sentry at our front door.
Oh.
That was sort of my reaction to it. Anyway, I really didn't know it was going to happen until Monday morning. I didn't know who else was being selected. I think it was all the names that people sort of see out there, right? All good guys, like nobody I have any personal animosity towards. But obviously, here we are.
Here we are. And what a great pick he was.
Yes.
I wasn't so sure at the beginning, but man, have I been convinced since. Guy's great. He really is good. And there was more on the Butler shooting that he had to say.
You have access to more information, but maybe you can't talk about it.
No, trust me. There's nothing about this that I have access to information I can't talk about.
Well, there was a lot of weird stuff to it. One of them is that his where he lived was professionally scrubbed. So he got there was no silverware. There's no silverware.
That's
the place
bizarre.
Is scrubbed.
Right?
Yeah, there's nothing.
What?
There's no DNA, no hard drives, no nothing.
Well,
so
and how do you get that close? I mean, do you shoot guns?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a pretty good shot. I served in the Marine Corps for 4 years. An AR-15 from 140 yards away is a
chip
pot shot.
Even without a scope. He didn't have a scope, right?
I don't believe he had a scope.
But even without a scope.
Without a scope. I mean, I've shot an M16 many times, and an AR-15 without a scope. There is it is shocking that he's alive.
Yeah.
Right? It really is. I'm a person of faith, but I think it's a genuine miracle that that guy didn't kill him. But how did he get so close? There's a lot of really big questions.
Well, he was walking around the area with a rangefinder before the event,
and people were yelling.
And these questions will all be answered.
He's on the roof.
He's on the roof.
Pause it for a second.
The investigation is ongoing. The investigation is ongoing.
You're saying now, Jeffy, that you're confident that all of these questions will be answered.
We have multiple congressional.
Well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
No why haven't we heard anything about it?
It's an ongoing investigation.
Okay,
we can't really talk about it right now.
So is it like years down the road?
What don't you understand about an ongoing
Well, I'm just wondering how long you think the investigation might take.
I'm not aware of the timeline.
You can't speculate on something like that, really, right?
Yeah, let the government do their job.
Right.
Good grief, guys.
I mean, you expect them to know something by now?
Never gonna. It's unbelievable that
I hadn't even heard that information. That they scrubbed his place.
Before they got in, everything was gone.
But there's nothing.
But that's not
fishy.
weird.
Nothing
That's not fishy at all. All right, what else do you have to say?
Guns on the roof.
Yeah.
You know, there was that crazy, I think it was a BBC reporter, somebody with an English accent who did the report on the ground
Blind
with
guy,
the
right?
guy. You know, he's like got a MAGA hat on and a Bud Light. He's probably not a Bud Light. He's got some beer and he's talking to this guy who saw crooks get on the roof.
Yeah.
And he's yelling at him. It's an amazing clip. He's yelling at him like, hey, he's yelling at police officers saying, hey, this guy's on the roof. Go and get him. And nobody responded to it. And the whole thing is very fishy to me, and I hope that we win and then get to the bottom of it, because I think somebody clearly screwed up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no question.
Where are you getting that?
Somebody.
The investigation is still going.
Right, it's ongoing.
Investigation. How do you know someone screwed up?
There's no way to tell.
No.
It's like the metric system. There's no way to tell.
Could be 4 feet.
Could be 4 billion miles. 7 trillion miles. I don't know. Also, he described the scene about when he found out that he was Trump's choice for vice president.
The first time that I've been in a public spot without Secret Service in the room is right now. So I'm like looking around for these guys because I'm used to just having them. It's 3 months, right? So he asked me the Monday of the RNC convention, which I think was June 15th. And I really didn't know that morning. I thought that he was probably going to pick me, but I didn't know for sure. Probably 60-40, basically. And so I had no idea. I get the call around 1 o'clock at Milwaukee time at the RNC convention. I'm hanging out with my kid. Another one of my kids is in the other room asleep because, our kids are young, so they nap still. And he makes this call, and he's like, hey, do you want to be my vice president? I was like, oh.
Was it literally just like that?
Well, actually, what happened is I get a text message from a staff member on his team that says you just missed a very important phone call. And I don't know, because there's so much inbound traffic that I think it just went straight to voicemail. So I call him back and I'm like, hey, sir, what's going on? He said, JD, you just missed a very important phone call. I'm going to have to pick somebody else now.
That's funny.
A brick here. And then he says, no, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I want you to be my vice president. And the funny thing is, my 7-year-old is in the background and he has no idea what's going on. And I love that, right? It's one of the good things about this. He has no clue what's going on. He's like, Dad, who are you talking to? He's talking about Pokemon cards, right? And Trump hears my son in the background and he says, well, who's that? And I said, that's my 7-year-old son, you. And he's like, put him on the phone.
Let me talk to him.
Awesome.
And I'm just anxious for him to get this statement out, because in my mind it's not final until the statement is actually out. And he talks to my son and he reads the statement that he is going to put out on Truth Social announcing that I'm the VP nominee of the Republican Party. And he's like, what do you think about that, Ewan? And my son Ewan's like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And he gives the phone back to me. He's like, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
That's really funny.
That's cool.
Fantastic. All right, 888-900-3393. Who doesn't love an incredible deal on Black Friday and Cyber Monday? It's that one time of year where you can snag those dream items at unbelievable prices, but with Raycon, you don't have to wait. They offer unbeatable value every single day of the year. This Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Raycon is stepping up even more with an amazing deal, up to 30% off site-wide. 30%!
Awesome. I love my Raycons.
Oh,
I truly
me too.
do.
Me too.
And I've had
I don't know how we lived without them.
I've had several stolen from me from members of my household. This is like, oh, these are mine now.
Wow. That's like a divorceable offense. Don't let that happen.
Well, it's mostly the kids.
Okay.
My wife does it.
But these are perfect. The latest model has a 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity, so you can seamlessly switch between two devices. Love using mine. This is where I listen to my favorite podcast. Amoeba in Pocatello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy
that guy right there.
Yeah. RowdyMade.com. He's got these glasses for your favorite podcast, the Amoeba in Pocatello.
Right. So, fantastic. I mean, he sounds...
Really?
You would think...
He sounds better that he's right there.
You would think he's not just a single-celled organism when you listen to him.
With the Raycons.
With the Raycons.
Because of the Raycon.
You hear the fullness and
of his voice.
His voice stands out.
What other earbuds?
It's incredible. I mean, you would think he had vocal cords once you have the Raycons on. It's fantastic. Raycon.com/unleashed. You're going to save up to 30%. Raycon.com/unleashed.
Call us at 888-900-3393. Pat Gray Unleashed will return.
Appreciate your tweets. Lil Bird 10 tweets. New football term for a play. The quarterback spaz. From D Matters.
All these players dropping footballs before they get into the end zone. There's too much of a spaz, I'll tell you that.
That's stupid. That's just stupid. There's no reason for it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That is...
Happened again last night.
It's unacceptable.
It is.
There's no reason for it.
Absolutely no reason.
You're showboating, you're hot dogging. I don't know. Why would you drop the ball at the goal line or anywhere near it? Make sure you're in the end zone. Oh, man, that drives me nuts. From D Matters, why does this reporter go 40 meters, right, north, but sees a line of people hundreds of yards long? Be consistent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. And be American. It's miles.
That's the simple fact right there. Be American.
And people forget this, or maybe they didn't know it in the first place. Everybody was on standard. In the 1800s. I think until the early 1900s. I forget when the switchover was. But Europe switched over I don't know why, but they did. And then they tried to force us into it in the 70s. And we were like,
pound sand.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is ludicrous. And so we didn't. Now they're trying to force it again, it seems like, by calling it kilometers all the time. Jordan SP tweets, fortunately, we still have and use paper ballots in my town, so I don't have to worry about punching holes in stupid computers. Yeah. Well, I mean, we had that. Was that screen in Kentucky? The one where it wouldn't come up?
Yeah, I just...
Wouldn't accept his vote for Trump. Look at that.
I was contacted by someone in Kentucky who said, this is
absolutely real. It's really happening. And then eventually, watch this. He keeps pushing it. And up comes Kamala.
Interesting.
You successfully voted for Kamala.
In Michigan, you can't do the straight party thing.
Wow.
And
not good.
You and I were struggling, right, with the
with the screen.
It wouldn't take our paper.
Right? It just wouldn't feed into
the
same
machine. Issue, bro.
So I had to call over an election official to help me with it.
Oh no.
No, I didn't have a problem.
You didn't have any problem.
No,
excuse me.
I pressed them on and I put the paper in, and then I took it over to the machine, and they put it in. And...
Okay.
Aren't you neat? You are just too
Then there's
neat.
probably no problem. It's just Pat and I.
Yeah, it's just us.
Agreed.
Okay, J.D. Vance. We got more on him with the interview he did on Rogan. How long did that last? Like 3 hours?
That was a 3 hour.
3 hour tour? Mm-hmm. A 3 hour tour. Did the weather start getting rough?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you? Right. There was somebody that posted.
Chris has no idea what that reference.
There was somebody that posted. I did it yesterday on Chewing. That posted we should do it. Is the interview between Rogan and Donald Trump with the lyrics from Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Hilarious. And I thought of you when I was reading it. I'll have to find it because it's Trump. Say that the 15 minutes till he got to Whitefish Bay. It was hilarious.
Huh.
And I know you hate that song.
Oh my gosh, like poison.
I know you hate.
I'd rather drink a bowl of Buzzard Puke than listen to that particular song.
Wait, you only have to listen to the song one time, or
drink a bowl of Buzzard Puke. I'm going Buzzard Puke every time.
Okay, first of all, how do you collect Buzzard Puke? And how big of a bowl?
From
are we
a lot of buzzards.
From a lot of buzzards.
Yeah.
How big of a bowl?
To get a whole bowl, because they don't really vomit.
Some buzzards are big.
Vomit, yes.
Well, and birds eat their own vomit too, which is gross. So
that is gross.
Might have to
like
fight
dogs.
for them for that.
I was going to say, what animal doesn't eat their own puke? I think they all do.
You never know what you're going to get on Pat Gray Unleashed.
You never know. You never know. I bet when you woke up this morning, you weren't thinking, I bet they're going to talk about Buzzard Puke today. I really like that.
So the Chippewa, they have this legend. There's a lake they called Gitchigumi. To us, Lake Superior.
Oh, no.
Yes, nasty lake. Nasty November storms. The Edmund Fitzgerald was a big boat, bigger than most. It was loaded with 26,000 tons of solid American steel. What happened? The skies of November turned gloomy. The gales, they came slashing. The water was too rough even to feed the crew. That's how rough it was, Joe. But didn't the searchers say they were almost safe? 15 miles. That's what they said. 15 miles, and they'd have made Whitefish Bay. Crazy stuff, man. All that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the daughters and the sons. You know what they say, Joe? Superior never gives up her dead. No, never. That's hilarious from Banished Kent on X. Really funny.
That's not really what was said, though. So I don't understand what the point was. It's not what was said in the interview. So they didn't actually do the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald lyrics.
They should have.
During
That's what the
but they didn't. So
that's the interview.
What a waste of time.
What a waste of time.
Someone had to
exactly.
Say it.
What are we even doing here?
We have so many clips to get to.
Thank you.
And he just wasted 5 minutes.
Edmund Fitzgerald bit.
Reading lyrics for no reason. Why would you do something like that, Jeff?
Buzzard Puke would have been better.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Jeez, November 1st already.
I know.
Welcome to it. November is now here.
Just singing September.
Yes.
And now we're singing Mariah Carey, All I Want Is You.
Oh, no doubt.
Not yet.
All I want for Christmas.
Not yet.
We
please.
can, though.
Didn't that just surpass? I think that surpassed White Christmas as the most played song of all time.
It's awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. It passed the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald as well?
It also passed the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, yes.
Maybe
on the lake they call Gitchagumi, which they don't, by the way.
Yes, they do.
No.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yes.
Yes. They call Lake Superior.
Know Indian words now.
Why do they call Lake Superior Gitchagumi?
Because it's the big lake.
Okay. All right.
The Superior Lake. That's what they call it.
Okay. All right. I'd like to hear from somebody who lives in that
the Great
region.
Lake State.
I'd like to hear from somebody in Michigan or Illinois. Tell me anybody who calls it Lake Gitchagumi.
Well, the Ojibwe Indians.
Yes, thank you.
Call it
Lake Gitchagumi.
Gitchagumi.
Don't besmirch their language. They're indigenous people.
My bad.
That's right. They were here first.
Yeah.
They deserve the land back.
Let's respect the natives.
I didn't say that.
Okay. You should have. You should have said
Let's build a casino there.
Let's go to Gene in Virginia. Hey, Gene. You're on the Blaze. Hi.
Hey, guys. Hey, listen, I wanted to say real quick, my wife was caught up in that lawsuit against the state of Virginia. Where they took her name off the voter registry.
Oh, wow.
She went to register. She got her driver's license renewed. So they somehow took her name off because I guess my surname might appear to be Spanish, but it's not.
Oh, no.
Oh, so they were part of the purge.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
Right. And she shouldn't have been.
Okay. Her family goes back to the Mayflower.
Oh, wow.
So she went to vote, and they said, "No, you're not a citizen."
Oh.
And I told my wife, "Well, good. Get a phone, get some money."
No doubt about that.
Did they let her vote, Gene?
Get a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, and I said, I'm going to charge her to live at the house.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good move.
Did they ever let her vote, Gene?
Yes, she had to go back down to the register.
That was a process.
And fix it. But we were contacted by the State Department wanting to put us on the lawsuit.
I bet.
We were also contacted twice by the Washington Post, and the local TV wanted to do a live interview.
I bet, because they were pissed that they were purging anyone.
But because they want to show the fact that some legitimate citizens got caught up in this. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so her bottom line was, we're Republican, and it's been fixed, and leave us alone.
There you go.
Good.
There you go.
Good.
Cool. Love that.
Nicely done. Appreciate it. Thanks, Gene. Interesting.
It is.
And it's unfortunate that people got caught up in that, but you do want to clean up your voter rolls.
Yes.
Right? But they'll use that as an example of
why
you shouldn't be doing this.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't you dare clean up your voter rolls. Agonizing. So apparently during the interview with Joe Rogan, J.D. Vance did a little Kamala Harris impersonation.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
The only way I can describe it is she talks in circles.
Yeah.
Right? It's like...
Tim Dillon says it's like she does gypsy curses. Because she speaks in gypsy curses.
That's very good. But it's, we need to build an opportunity economy, because if Americans don't have opportunity, then they're not going to have the opportunity to be American.
There you go.
There you go.
There it is. There it is. Andy discussed Ronald Reagan's biggest mistake as president.
Turn these states blue forever. The same way they've done California.
Exactly. And we saw this. And look, I'm like a Reagan guy, right? I'm a conservative Republican. But Reagan screwed up a lot. He screwed up mental health in this country. People don't talk nearly enough about that.
The amnesty thing he really screwed up.
The amnesty thing he really screwed up.
Yeah.
And people always say, well, Ronald Reagan, when they critics of Donald Trump will say, well, look at how Reagan talked about immigration. Because of what Ronald Reagan did at the 1986 amnesty, California is now effectively a permanently blue state.
Except when Arnold won.
But Arnold ran as a super moderate Republican. He was a major celebrity, right? He was at the height of his celebrity power, and he still won barely, even though California had been mismanaged.
Right.
California is a one-party state because of Ronald Reagan's amnesty.
And that's the fear, is that the entire country could become one party.
The entire country becomes that. Now, it also, you may not appreciate this, but even if you don't give people the right to vote, it really distorts congressional apportionment and then the Electoral College. You know how this works?
Yes, I do. But explain it to people, please.
Okay. So how many, we have 435 congressional seats. The way that you draw those congressional districts is that you try to draw them evenly based on population so that everybody has equal representation, right? One person, one vote, fundamental principle of American law. But you don't just count the American citizens. You also count the illegal aliens.
Yeah.
And so, for example, the state of Ohio lost a congressional seat in the last census, and states that have high illegal immigrant populations picked up congressional seats. So you're actually taking away congressional representation from American citizens and giving it to illegal aliens. Even if you don't give them the right to vote, you're still destroying the voting power of it.
Wow. Yeah. That is something that's not discussed
No, it is not.
Wow, that's nicely put.
So, in fact, what Greg Abbott is doing in flooding these blue states, blue cities inside these blue states, Chicago, New York, so on, they're
making them stronger.
They're replacing the people that have fled.
The census has already happened. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're good till 2030. We'll worry about it. Okay. Fair.
So that he talks about Reagan's biggest mistake. I just read something this morning in the Daily Mail about a survey that was just done about Kamala Harris's biggest mistake. Any idea what they might attribute that to? Her biggest mistake so far in this campaign was...
in this campaign.
Yeah, in this campaign.
Tim Walz.
That's not what they say, but he's definitely up there for me.
They're pissed.
Doing an interview.
They're saying,
hiding from it.
They're really doubling down on the Nazi comment, right?
Yeah, but even that isn't what
Calling
they attributed
American Nazis
to. It's her comment on The View about what she would change,
which was nothing,
with the Biden administration.
Yes.
And here's what she said: "There's not a thing that comes to mind." That hurt badly.
Because she had already started to try to distance herself, saying that she was so different. Yeah.
She's a new generation of leadership.
Yeah, and she was pissed.
She's got her own ideas.
She was pissed that Biden had said that there wasn't anything that was done without her.
Right. And yet she said she wouldn't change anything.
Right.
So that really, people were like, oh, okay, well then I'm going the other way.
Yeah, then
going the other way. So I love the fact that she said that.
Yes.
She's caught in this place where
she sure is.
She doesn't want to necessarily besmirch him. She doesn't want to bash him. But she doesn't want to praise him either.
Because the bashing
She doesn't want to be associated with him.
Because the bashing turns into he's not cognitively there.
Yeah, and why didn't you say something about that before?
And she can't do that.
Yeah, she's stuck in a tough place.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like being stuck on the Gitchigumi.
Almost like that. Yeah. Vance also discussed the COVID vaccine. That's fun.
I took the vax, and I haven't been boosted or anything, but the moment where I really started to get red pilled on the whole vax thing was the sickest that I've been in the last 15 years by far was when I took the vaccine. And I've had COVID at this point 5 times. I was in bed for 2 days. Wow. My heart was racing. I was like, the fact that we're not even allowed to talk about that, even, no like serious injury, but even the fact that we're not even allowed to talk about the fact that I was as sick as I've ever been for 2 days, and the worst COVID experience I had was like a sinus infection. I'm not really willing to trade that. And you don't even, everybody that I know, or a lot of people I know, they talk about the second shot that they got of the vaccine that made them really, really sick. Well, that's a side effect, and not a side effect that we even talk about enough in this country.
No, it's also, again, we're talking about companies that have a long history of lying and being forced to pay criminal fines, and then we're giving them this exemption from being responsible for any of the side effects.
Yeah, and who do you think those big pharma companies donate to politically in 2024? I'll give you a big fat guess.
Probably Kamala Harris.
By a significant margin.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
And ironically, another Reagan mistake.
What?
Giving the exemption, protecting vaccine makers from lawsuits.
Yeah. Interesting. I hadn't heard that he had a negative experience with the vaccine before. Has he mentioned that before?
It's very rare. The side effects from that is so rare.
It's not even worth mentioning, right?
You never even hear about
I don't know why he brought it up.
Right. What is that all about? Again.
You also regret the fact that you got vaccinated.
I shouldn't have taken it,
right?
but I did. I did the Moderna 2 rounds. The first dose. I mean, it was the first dose, 2 rounds.
Little did you know that vaccine would retroactively cause your heart event from several years before.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so
Little
rare,
did you know.
though.
It's rare.
Somebody
it's
had
rare,
to say it,
but
Pat.
it had to be said.
So it went back in
just
time.
4 years before he took the vaccine, he had a heart event. They put him in the hospital for days.
Sure did.
I'm glad you found the connection.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it because Jeffy wouldn't believe it if I said it, but at least you did.
But I think you believe it, right? I mean, that's true. You feel it in your heart.
Well,
yes, Pat.
Okay, hold on. That analogy maybe isn't the best.
Maybe. All right, let me tell you about Beam Organics. When you struggle with lack of sleep, man, it leaves you feeling tired in the morning. I hate it. Irritable, unfocused, and you don't have the energy you normally do. So if you, like me, have tried a lot of sleep aids, but they always leave you groggy, try Beam's Dream Powder. It's a real game changer. This science-backed, healthy hot cocoa is specifically designed to help you sleep and to get to sleep and stay asleep longer. Completely transforms my bedtime routine. Dream's flavors are not only delicious, but they're also guilt-free. Just 15 calories per serving with 0 grams of sugar. And they've got things like sea salt caramel. It's absolutely decadent and delicious. Brownie batter, vanilla chai, and the original cinnamon chocolate. All of which make winding down a delight. Better sleep has literally never tasted better. Dream Powder uses all natural ingredients like reishi, magnesium, and, of course, melatonin. So it doesn't leave you groggy and feeling like you can't do anything the next morning. And just in time for the holidays, you can access their biggest Cyber Monday sale of the year early. Get up to 50% off at shopbeam.com/Pat. That's shopbeam, shopbeam.com/Pat. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout.
Gray returns.
Did you see the lawsuit that Donald Trump filed yesterday against CBS News? Because they
jinx.
Good.
They edited the Kamala Harris interview
big time,
and he's calling that. It is
so glad
election interference.
I'm glad he's not letting this go.
No kidding.
This is good.
He's suing them for $10 billion.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Look, they like to drag him to court for
They sure
garbage.
do.
This is actually worth dragging a broadcasting network into court.
Yeah, absolutely. This was the actual answer that she gave to the question. This was about Israel, I believe, on 60 Minutes,
Yes.
right? Okay. Here's the actual answer.
Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
Okay.
You get
So that's
that?
what she actually said.
Okay.
Here's what they edited to make it sound like.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Completely different.
Well, they just cut out that whole
It
part.
wasn't even part of the original
Cut out that
answer.
whole part.
I don't know where they got that from, but that, if I'm not mistaken, right, the first clip, the only reason we know that it happened and it went down that way, it was released as a
On
preview.
social media.
Yeah.
And then they went, oh, crap, no, we're not.
No,
putting
that's
that.
not the one. That's not the one.
That's pretty stunning.
Yeah.
It sure is.
$10 billion stunning.
Where'd they, like you said, where'd they get the answer?
I mean, it had to be
From some other part of the
I don't know.
interview? Or
Maybe it was
maybe they
part of that?
did a retake?
Maybe they did a retake, yeah.
I really don't know the rest of that.
Oh, that's amazing.
We'll find out in court.
Yeah, won't we, though?
Yes.
Jeez. And supposedly that's not the only thing they edited.
Correct.
To make her sound better. And we all know she's a babbling buffoon. But let that unfold on the air.
Yeah, Bill.
You don't fix that for them.
This is why Republicans are wise now, where they record with their phone.
Yeah, that's good.
Separately.
Yeah.
So because they do the exact opposite with them,
right,
where they take stuff out.
That's amazing.
To change the meaning for Republicans.
Wow. I mean, you could understand if they took out an or something like that, and they just made it a little bit tighter or whatever, and then you could say, well, it's edited for time. For time constraints. And so we just took some of the stuff out. They changed her. They completely changed your answer there.
Or let's say you're 60 Minutes, you do a 2-hour show, perhaps, and maybe you edit out talk about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah,
because
maybe
you're trying
you could
to
do that.
shrink in the content,
Sure.
really make it more impactful.
Right.
Or you add an apostrophe.
Or you add an apostrophe.
Yeah, that's
Or take an apostrophe off.
Man.
Speaking, I'm glad you mentioned that. Since they changed the transcript,
This is a good
of
story.
Joe Biden's garbage.
So we've got the Presidential Records
Comment.
Act going into effect here, where you can't revise the
The
transcript.
stenographers are pissed.
So Elise Stefanik and others are going after this because, I mean, that's a violation. When you change what the president said about the garbage stuff and the official White House
But they've edited. We've seen where they've edited.
That's right. I thought that too.
right?
So I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They've done it for him multiple
So
times.
is this? I don't think this is the first time that we've had spoliation of transcript integrity.
Wow, that's
Spoliation
of
Holy
transcript
crap.
integrity.
Spoilation. I mean, the things you learn on this show. I didn't know that was even a word.
I don't think it is.
What are you talking about? It's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there in front of
I think it is.
Yeah, that's
I
right
sent
there.
it to you guys last night.
Is this show being transcribed right now?
Oh, 100.
I'll leave spoilation in there.
All right. Yeah.
But I'm just Yeah, leave it in there. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
It shows Jeffy's intelligence.
The stenographers are pissed.
Does it?
But, I mean, I'm sure that they've...
You don't want stenographers
they've
pissed.
crossed out
that.
words. Right now, have they taken those words out? I was trying to remember. There have been times when we've read the transcript and they've crossed out words, but those words have still stayed in there.
Yeah, so maybe that's the whole thing. They changed the mening as opposed to just leaving it so you could see what he said as opposed to what he meant.
But that meant he read it, right? If they put the
interesting.
If they put the apostrophe in there, that means that it was in the thing that he was reading in front of him, right?
Wait a minute.
Well, they could have changed it after the fact.
Yeah, they could have changed
it. Are you saying that Joe Biden just doesn't talk off the cuff? Because he's so good when he does that.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
guy's a genius.
Thank you.
Well, he's the best communicator at the White House. We all know that.
Now, I know without an apostrophe, you think, oh, he's a stutterer. Yep.
Lifelong.
Yeah.
Lifelong.
Yeah.
Are you going to make fun of him now?
That'll get
Is
you
that what
every
you're going to do?
I am not.
Okay, good.
The president is the best communicator that we have in the White House.
Just saying, I don't want spoilation of transcript integrity.
Spoilation. Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't it be easier to say, I don't want the transcript integrity spoiled? Or is that just...
Are you trying
that's
to change...
my stupidity.
Okay, under the Presidential Records Act, sir, you're going to need to pull it back a little bit.
I apologize.
Okay.
I don't want to run afoul of the Presidential Records Act.
Don't.
I really don't. Apparently, Kamala is so great that the cast of Avengers
my gosh,
was inspired to do something terrific for her on her behalf.
Okay, these are paid actors, and they do a good job in the Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. But oh my gosh,
that's why we like the movies.
This is
just stick to the movies.
So bad.
Okay.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hi.
Thanks
Hey,
for
Scarlett.
jumping on the call.
Oh my gosh.
I think you mean assembling. I said assembling. Don, that's pretty good. No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
Well, how about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing. Just
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh, yes, definitely a catchphrase.
How about this? I'm just off the top of my head. I can do this all day. Shut up. I hate it. Okay.
I mean, it's original, but...
What about something punchier like, ooh, boom. You looking for this? Iron Man 2, everybody loved it.
Okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, how about I'm down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris.
Except that we're not a democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
I think we just need, can we get some production, though?
Jarvis?
My name's not Jarvis, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Down with democracy.
Down with democracy.
Is that what we mean, though?
Yeah, together we're going to tear down democracy.
Will you stop playing heroic music under yourselves?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I am down with democracy. Okay. Did I sound enough like her on that one?
That was great. How many Golden Globes have you been nominated for? I'm just curious.
Yes! All right, that was awesome.
They love themselves.
No.
Am I right?
Wow.
That's the only word that
How
comes to
much
mind.
did they get paid
how
for that?
Embarrassing is that? How embarrassing. Wow.
How much?
How much did they get paid for that? Whatever it was.
It was way too much. Because that was, again, embarrassing.
And I'm good with down with democracy.
I know.
Yeah.
I
fine
guess
with that.
It's sad to say it,
Fine
but I'm
with
good
that.
with that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, because democracy doesn't work. So I do like that. The down with democracy. Yeah, because we're not one.
But he's right. Douchebag is right that it doesn't mean what they want it to
Right.
No,
Right.
it's so
What they want is we down with democracy. That's what they want, right?
What they want is we up with communism.
We up with communism. Yep. Well, I don't know how much they got paid.
Whatever
but,
it was way too much.
You know they didn't do it just for the fun of it.
No way.
Wow.
No way. And if they donated their time, they're writing it off.
I think we said this a few days ago, but this shows you just how important the hearings on commies in Hollywood was back in the day. Because their children and grandchildren are all commies. and they are all down.
Proud of it.
With this communist democracy thing. They're all with it. They love it. And if there's anybody in Hollywood who isn't,
get out.
They want you out, and they don't want you to have a role. They don't want you to get jobs. They don't want to acknowledge your existence. So it's too bad they didn't root all the communists out of Hollywood. It's too bad.
No kidding. They were onto something, weren't they?
They were.
By the way, clip 20, I know you want to see this because you love it when Joe Biden says this, but Kamala Harris has a new catchphrase that she tried out yesterday.
Oh, good.
Oh, is it from the Avengers?
Good.
On top of my list is bringing down Se Puede, Si. Se Puede.
Se Puede.
Oh, my God.
Se Puede. Yeah, say it. Say it.
And on top of my list, in that spirit, is bringing down your cost of living.
Is it? Okay, why hasn't that already been on your list, Puddin'?
Will be my focus
Where's that been?
single day as president.
All right.
So say it with me.
Say it with her.
Se
Se Puede.
The future is ours.
That's how you say it, okay?
So say it with
her.
me.
Say it with her. Se Puede.
The future is ours.
They were saying it wrong on Kamala's thing.
No. Was that her in the panda suit with Joe?
Yes, it was.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We're joined by Dr. Sean Rowland of the Jase case. Dr. Rowland, welcome to the Blaze. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
As everybody knows by now, Jase is a huge sponsor of the Blaze, and we love being partnered with you guys. Tell us a little bit, first of all. You're also partnering with Mercury One right now. We want to talk about that. But tell me a little bit about the genesis of the Jase case and where that came from.
Yeah, it's been a few years now. This mission that we started back in 2021 of basically empowering people to be medically prepared. And if anything, over the last few years, that the need for that mission has been validated over and over again.
Oh my gosh. I've talked about it multiple times, but there's already been supply chain interruptions.
Absolutely.
In our medication. And there has been medication, diabetes medication. There's been sensors that I've needed and can't get because the pharmacy's just out of them. They don't have them. And none of their other branches have them. Try to get them here by
next week, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We're hoping for a shipment. So it just really a testament as to how important this is to be prepared in case you actually need medication.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about, you just said the word preparation, and it's getting ready ahead of time before there's a dock strike or before there's a natural disaster or before you go on that trip. There's all kinds of reasons to take action beforehand. But you know what we're really excited about today is furthering this mission and talking about, okay, in the chance that you've made those preparations or you haven't, but now you're really caught in a horrible disaster. Maybe it's like a flooding or a hurricane or a fire, and these people are in dire straits and have no options. And this particular need that we're able to meet as we partner with Mercury One is something we're super excited about.
Well, because this is something that FEMA doesn't provide, to my knowledge. Do they? I mean, does FEMA come down with medication? Do they have blood pressure medications, antibiotics for people? To my knowledge, they don't do any of that.
So back a couple of years ago now, in the Maui wildfires, I happened to be nearby when that happened and went over with a group, with a disaster recovery group, in the first 24 hours of that fire. And to your point, no, those things were not there. They were absolutely needed. I mean, of all the things, we had, the response was amazing from the community, from the global community. Diapers, clothing, food, water came flooding in.
Nobody thinks about medication
because it's so particular to the individual. It's what particular medication do you need? And so those needs are so individualized that it creates a real problem. How do you meet that need in a disaster? We even had volunteer doctors, nurses who wanted to help, but they don't walk around with medications, just to give to people.
I'll give you a prescription. You could take it down to the pharmacy.
Yeah, exactly. And so this was that. At that point, it was this was something that's been in the back of my mind since the beginning of Jase, of wanting to get to a point where we could really help in those kinds of situations. The wildfires in Maui it was heartbreaking, because it was one of those things where I saw these people. We had lines of people who were coming to me asking for medication, and I'm just, if I could have gotten to you a week ago, you'd have been ready to go. Yeah. And so it was just, really it was hard. It was a heartbreaking situation. Now, thankfully, in that moment, we did have access to some limited medications, and we were able to help a number of individuals, specifically with insulin and some other things. But it was just one really impactful experience that, thankfully, today here we are, and we've had conversations, and now we're partnering with Mercury One, an established organization who does a lot of good around the world, who has a lot of contacts and resources. And really, this was born out of their recent experience in North Carolina, having the exact same experience that I had in Maui, which was FEMA was there, all these groups were there, but there was this huge unmet need of providing for people's individual medical needs, usually in the form of prescription medications.
Right, because it's either been washed away or they can't get back to their home, and so they're out of luck. Yeah. I mean, what do you do? And literally, this can save people's lives.
Right. So some of these medications are things you couldn't go a day or two or three without. This is something that they need right now, and the healthcare system is overrun. Right. It's overwhelmed, I should say, and it's on the one hand, it's this hard thing to help them with, but it's also really easy, because it's just, these medications are small and they're easy to pack. And as long as we have enough variety, we can help a lot of people.
So if you're going to have medical professionals dispensing the medication, correct? I mean, now we're not letting Joe the barber.
Right.
Here you go. Take a couple.
Yeah, so that is the other real key piece here, and really the mission is it's multi-pronged. The number one is ensuring that access to these medications and other medical supplies. And number two is that you're dealing with a qualified, licensed healthcare professional who can help this person in their time of need with their acute needs, as well as whatever that chronic medication is. So that's another limited resource in these situations. And so having those personnel who are trained, who know they've had experience in these kinds of scenarios, in these disaster areas where there's a lot of safety considerations, is another key part to this. And then another component is education, is something that we're really big on, is getting to these people ahead of time, letting them, hey, you live in a disaster-prone area, here's the things you should be concerned with when we're talking about your health, and providing access to educational resources. So those are kind of the three big parts to our mission with Mercury One.
It's a great mission. And we appreciate it. And thanks for all you're doing. And partnering with you has really been a great experience. And I think such a valuable program to be able to be prepared for any emergency is just a huge load off of your mind.
We were just talking, before we started recording, and I was thinking of how many times in the last year has it become evident that someone needs to have this. I mean, we've had you mentioned the dock strikes. We've had the bridge collapse in Baltimore.
The two hurricanes,
two major hurricanes,
right on top of each other.
Right.
We had the fire last year in Lahaina.
And I mean, it's just right there in your face that these people, you get nothing. You have nothing left.
And this is the actual
sad.
Jase case right here. Comes with 5 antibiotics, and you can get add-ons.
Yeah. So those 5 are the kind of the core kit that we ask that everyone has at least. That's the minimum to start with. Mm-hmm. It covers dozens of different bacterial infections, things that you would run into even just on a weekend when it's the middle of the night. Pharmacy's closed, or you can't,
right?
Nowhere to get to.
Just from a convenience standpoint.
Yeah. So even those things, whether it's pneumonia, sinusitis, or the other stuff that you don't expect, but in a disaster scenario, flood waters, you get a cut, it gets infected. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios in when you're talking about disasters, and it covers all of those as well. Even bioterror, which is something that no one's talking about.
And the thing is that your medication is some of the most important stuff that you need in an emergency, yet it's something that we just don't really think about. Like apparently whenever there's some sort of emergency or even the hint of a disruption, everybody makes sure they have toilet paper. But they don't, they don't think about, you got to keep
amoxicillin might be a lot more valuable in the long run.
Yeah, it's very practical.
Dr. Sean Rowland, thanks for joining us. Where can people go if they want to find out more? Just go to jase.com?
Yeah, jase.com. You can see, what we're doing is, as we're building this response army, because what we ultimately, you mentioned those the actual qualified professionals. We have our core team, but what we want to do is put the word out to people around the United States, ex-military, people who have that sort of training, and actually start to form this expanded response group. And so anyone who has any inclination there or any desire to help or find out more information can go to jase.com/response.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
JASE.com. Jase.com. Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you.